What's going on, everybody? Welcome back if you were before. We're playing some MTGO. We got some paper streams coming up very shortly, so look forward to those. This is not a deck I'm featuring in that next set of paper streams that'll become videos here eventually, so I did want to touch on it and get some testing in with it, because I might be looking at playing something similar to this at the next Premodern meetup here we have locally. But this is, for YouTube reasons, Reckless Black, Sui Black. This is the mono black aggressive deck. And you've seen us play Broccoli Soup, which is actually an offshoot of this deck. Here's how it works. You've seen the main bits and pieces of the deck where you're playing like, and this is, by the way, this isn't quite Sui, because we're not doing like Sarcomancy plus what's the other guy's name? Carnophage. This version is a little bit more mid-rangey, and you'll see why. We're still doing Dark Ret. We're still doing Cabal Therapy and Duress. Cabal Therapy is much better in this version of the deck because we do in fact have the Ravenous Rats. Ravenous Rat works a lot like Wall of Blossoms, where it's going to plus you on card advantage. First you play it to take a card from your opponent's hand, where Wall of Blossoms would draw you a card. So that's parity. But then when you sacrifice it to the Cabal Therapy and get the targeted card out of their hand after having seen it with the Duress or something, now you're actually gaining card advantage in black, which is really cool. Our creatures are pretty sweet. We got Hippies, we've got Graveborn Muse, Withered Wretch, Nantuko Shade. And the OG gamers will know that Dark Ritual looks a lot like Giant Growth in Nantuko Shade. So if that comes up, we'll try not to miss it. And a bunch of other odds and ends. The deck looks very sweet. We're also playing in the sideboard, just the normal sideboard stuff. The main ones being Engineered Plague and Dystopia. We've also got some Phyrexian Negators, which I think will be really good in like the control-y matchups. It ends the game really quickly. But this is the deck. It's great. It's elegant. It's mono black, so our mana should be good basically all of the time. Let's hop into some games. All right, round one versus KL87. We are on the draw, which our deck really doesn't want to be, but that's just the world we live in sometimes. All right, this opener, we do have a Dark Ret. We could just, all right, if they don't have Bolt or Swords to Plowshares, we're cooking. Or Duress, I guess. We're opening on Dark Ritual Hypnotic Specter. In Premodern, we take those. This play is often much worse than it looks, but when it works out, it's so good. We're about to get Force Spiked or Dazed so fast here. Let's hope not. On tap up, you draw. Okay, another swamp isn't bad here. We'll go swamp, tap for a black, Dark Ritual. What you got, opponent? Do you have it? Okay, here's a Hippy. It resolved. We have a turn one Hippy. Chat, it happened. Let's hope this doesn't get Chain of Vapored or plain Swords to Plowshares. It's just an island. Merfolk Looter's cool. We can snuff that out. This could be madness. So let's go ahead and get busy for 2 before we do anything else. Damage, trigger the Hippy, give us some more information. That's a lightning bolt? I have no clue what that could mean. Island Looter lightning bolt. What the fuck does that mean? Let's kill the looter. Cast by paying 4 life, kill the looter. I don't want them to get any value here. We're gonna play this swamp. Do we want to Cabal Therapy now? You know what? Let's extend into the board first. Let's play Withered Wretch and just pass the turn. I don't know how we get blown out from here. I'm certain it can happen, but I don't know how it happens yet. So we're gonna have to find out. Blue, another Merfolk Looter. All right, well, that's not gonna do it. We'll untap and draw. Mishra's Factory is a pretty great draw. We're not gonna play the Wasteland because they don't even have a non-basic. Let's go to combat. Let's attack with both creatures. You take 4. Hippy triggers, we see a counter spell. Okay, I have no clue what they could have in their hand. I could therapy here, but I think it's just better to resolve Phyrexian Arena. Those could be famous last words, but I'm just putting that into play in passing. Looter, okay, let's see what you're doing. Draw a card, discard a card. What could it be? Obsessive Search. Don't know what that card does. Let's take a look. Just draw a card. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can madness that to draw a card. I don't care. All right, opponent, you're up to 5 in hand. What now? Another island? Sure. How do you cast Lightning Bolt? How many gushes are in your hand? Next turn, I'm going to Cabal Therapy for Gush. 1, 2. Another Merfolk Looter. Okay. 3 of those is cool. On tap, lose a life to the arena, draw a card, then draw a card. Spinning Darkness says I can exile the top 3 black cards of my graveyard rather than pay its mana cost. And that's cool. It's a villa. What in the world are we witnessing? Mono black aggro. We turn 1 hippied and it was awesome. I'm enjoying myself very, very thoroughly at the moment. Let's see if we can hit a Gush here. Gush. Opponent, do you have Gush? They have Counterspell, Curiosity, and Lightning Bolt. So there is red in their deck. Okay, let's go to combat. Beat for 4. Oh no, I mean the other guy. I have not a clue what the other guy's playing. There's Bolts, Merfolk Looters, Counterspells. I missed on Gush somehow. Don't know how that happened. Connect, Hippy triggers. What are we losing? We lost the Counterspell, so we know there's a Bolt and a Curiosity. What if I just do this? What if I play Swamp, tap Factory to activate itself, Cabal Therapy my opponent, sacrificing Therapy, or sacrificing the Mishra's Factory, and just hit their Curiosity. And now they only have Bolt and no red sources in sight? Kinda weird. Okay, we pass. I enjoy jamming Umbilicus and Sui. Umbilicus, what is that? And Sui Black. Turn 1 Sarcomancy, turn 2 Ritual, Umbilicus is cracked. What is Umbilicus? Chat, I need to be informed on that card. I have no clue what it is. Looter, discard an island. Looter, discard an island. Okay. Did we find a red source, perhaps? No, in a Dark Waste. Okay, I have no clue what we're playing against, but it does not look great. End step. Okay, activate Withered Wretch. We're gonna take out Counterspell, and we're gonna take out, I don't know, a random other card. Another Counterspell. All right, my turn. On tap, I'll drop to 14, draw a card off the arena. Love to see that. Duress? Duress? I know they have a Bolt. All right, wait, why would I Duress them? I can simply hit them with Hippy. Wasteland them. No white mana for you, dude. And then we'll go to combat. We'll attack with both of our creatures. They're gonna drop down to 6. They're gonna discard a card. It's the Bolt. We know nothing because they have nothing. We could like Duress, miss, and purpose because they have no cards, and Spinning Darkness a Looter. I feel like that's not how we play this game. We're just gonna pass. Umbilicus is at the beginning of each player's upkeep. That player may pay 2. If they don't, they return a permanent they control to the owner's hand. That's a very Sui Black card. I'm not actually, so this isn't Sui Black. It's a little misleading. It's very similar, but we're actually missing the combination of Carnophage and Sarcomancy. We're a little bit more mid-rangey than average. Soltari Trooper and Lieutenant. Waterfront Bouncer. Sure. Just play Braids? Could just play Braids. Braids is a card I really want to play in this format. All right, untap, trigger, draw a Swamp, draw a Dark Ritual. Okay, we'll go Swamp, tap it for black, Dark Ritual. We're gonna hard cast Spinning Darkness. Cast, target Waterfront Bouncer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kill the bouncer so they can't bounce my stuff. Okay, we're going to game 2. Got it. Umbilicus plus Sarcomancy or Phyrexian Rager is cracked. Ooh, I can see that. It's a synergy, but I don't feel it reaches crack status. That I could see. I'd be interested to try it. What are we playing against our opponent? Our opponent's deck seems to not do anything. I still don't want to bring in Gator because they simply bolt it and then our career's over. Curse Scroll I could see being pretty good. Masticore I could see being reasonable. Smother seems great. Arena, sure. No Dystopia, no Gator, no Plague. Merfolk Looter and Waterfront Bouncer are both Merfolk. If we have enough to take out, I could see like 1 to 2 Plague. No Crypts. Okay, what the hell do we want out? Drain Life seems like resolving that's going to be problematic. I like our Snuff Out. I like our Graveborn Muse. Plague Spitter, you know, that also just, I'm going to cut one. Maybe I'll bring in 1 Plague, but Plague Spitter also does the thing. Hippy's great. Arena's great. Do I need 4 Smothers? No, we'll not bring that in. Also, resolving Masticore seems like a nightmare. Do you guys hear that? Google sometimes hears when I talk, and then AI responds. I'm not a big fan of that. Anyway, where the hell was I? Oh yeah, sideboarding. Nantuko Shade. You know, I really don't want to sideboard out anything. Maybe like 1 Spinning Darkness. Maybe like, I don't know. I'm gonna bring in, I don't need this Engineered Plague. An Arena and a Curse Scroll for those 2. Let's go. Oh, G is always listening whether you know it or not. Oh, I know. I'm very aware. All right, this opener. It's a turn 1 Phyrexian Arena. How bad could that be? Keep. Island, sure. Pass to me, great. Mountain, or mountain, swamp, no luck. Swamp, tap it for black, don't get dazed. All right, Phyrexian Arena. You got it, opponent? Nothing? Wow. Okay, go. Obsessive Search to draw a card, that's fine. In before days, yep. Next turn, even if we don't draw the swamp, we can like Dark Writ Plague Spitter or Dark Writ Rats Duress. It would be Dark Writ Duress Rats though. All right, well on tap, we will trigger the arena, draw 1, then draw 1. We got the swamp and a Withered Wretch. That's phenomenal. Let's go swamp. Let's tap it. Let's Dark Writ right now. All right, let's Rats our opponent. Let's Duress our opponent. We got Counterspell and Mana Leak. Well, we're gonna get both of these cards. Let's take the Counterspell for now, and then what do we want to get Mana Leaked? I think if we're gonna get a card Mana Leaked, we want it to be Ravenous Rats, because then Ravenous Rats will have done its job. So we'll play the Ravenous Rats. All right, perfect. That was like the ideal exchange. We love to see that. Their hand is all lands. Here is my Cursed Scroll. I will pass to you, opponent. Good luck. I think their only win condition is me bricking on a mana source for the next 4 turns. 1, 2. This guy. It's a rebel. They're playing counter rebels, it looks like. All right, me go. Untap draw, and then draw off the arena. Dark Ritual, Snuff Out. Wow, I am such a lucky piece of shit, you guys. We're gonna Snuff Out here. We're gonna Dark Ritual, and then we'll play Plague Spitter. That way any future bombs they want to play, like for instance a, not bombs, but you know, Merfolk Looters, stuff like that, the Plague Spitter will just deal with it for us. Now we put ourselves on a clock because Plague Spitter also deals the damage to us. But I think we're going to be able to turn the corner faster than our opponent. All right, on tap, I'll lose 2 life, go to 12, but I will draw 2 cards. All right, it's an Nantuko Shade. That's pretty great. And a Mishra's Factory. Play the Factory. Go to combat. You know, the Shade's actually kind of a nombo with the Spitter, so we might just jam the Withered Wretch so we don't have to keep putting mana into the Shade to keep it alive. Yeah, Wretch. Go. Shiv and Weef, I assume. Princess. Nothing? Do nothing? Play your land, dude. Yeah, there you go. Shiv and Reef. All right, I will just activate Withered Wretch and take out anything from your graveyard. Cold Ramen, what's going on, baby? We're playing some mono black aggro. Also, we're noticing a little bit of a nombo with our Phyrexian Arena and Curse Scroll. Not the worst problem to have, if I'm being honest. All right, we draw a Swamp and a Smother. Let's go Swamp. Let's go to combat. Let's get, well, no, let's get busy with these. I was thinking about activating Factory, but I think I'm just gonna play Shade and start to feed it, I guess. Def not the end of the world, true. 1, 2, yeah, let's pop a Shade out into play. We're just like, they can't play out their X1s, and we know their deck has a bunch. 1, it's that guy. You understand that that's gonna die to my Plague Spitter, right? But okay, we win the match. That was easy breezy. We did have a Dark Writ opening both games. Let's get into another round. All right, round 2. Duigi rolled a 6, I rolled a 1. We did not low roll because we're not in my studio physically right now. I mean, I am, but my opponent's not, so what can you do? And this hand has absolutely no colored sources. If I had a Swamp in this hand, I would snap keep it so fast. Luciana Jigglypuff. I'm a game and watch main myself, but I'm not good enough to play in tournament play. I play with my buddy Chris who plays in tournament play, and I beat him 1 out of every 350 games or so. He is good, but I do be playing Smash sometimes. All right, we're mulliganing this hand. Another hand with Dark Ritual and no black source. Well, this is our penance for what happened we did last game. This hand has land, Smother, Graveborn Muse. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna pitch a Smother and a Wasteland. And we're gonna hope this Graveborn Muse, if we can like resolve it and it exists for longer than a turn, will buy us back into the game. But that is a tall order. Graveborn Muse is a 4 mana, 3 toughness creature. So it's getting hit from every angle. Also, I think our Smother's getting Duress, which is not great. It is. All right, well, they Duress us, they go to 5. Then we're gonna go up to 5, play a land, go down to 4. I'm almost tempted to lead on Mishra's Factory to start to press some type of an advantage. Hypnotic Specter is not bad. We will open on the Factory and pass. If we get Wastelanded, I guess we're just gonna concede. It's just a Lawnmower Waste. What is this, broccoli soup? It is, it's a Sarcomancy. Okay, opponent, you've got a Sarcomancy. Wanna Rancor that fucker? My man, they did Rancor it. That's so sick. Okay, they're passing. I wonder if I'm just supposed to Wasteland the Lawnmower Waste now? Huh. I kind of think I am. Or I could Duress them and try to hit a Call of the Herd. That seems unusually bad. Let's sacrifice this and destroy Lawnmower Waste. And then we'll pass. Next turn, we can try to block with our Mishra's Factory, but this is, it's looking a little grim for your boy out here. Combat attack for 4. Youch, that's painful. I'm at 16. Do you have another land? They do. It's a Darigaz's Caldera. They didn't float a mana. They must not have anything to do with it. On tap, draw Spinning Darkness. That could be a way out of the zombie token. We're gonna play this Swamp. I think we're gonna Duress them actually. We're gonna chill and try to draw like anything. If we can cast this Spinning Darkness by getting 3 black cards out and hit that Sarcomancy, I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. They have a Drinker of Sorrow, which could be a reason to panic. They also have a Smother here, but I think I want to take their Phyrexian Arena and plan to get lucky. So we'll take the Phyrexian Arena. They've got Smother, Drinker, Swamp. We already knew about the Swamp. Then we're going to pass. I think we're going to take at least 8 more off of the zombie. There goes the Swamp. They go to combat, attack for 4. I take, literally, I would take another Duress here happily. Or a Cabal Therapy. Withered Wretch was not on my short list of cards that I would have taken here. All right, we're taking another 4. Not great. All right, chat, we're going to 8. Not in love with that life total. Ouch. All right, I'm an 8. What you got? 1 black. Darigaz's Caldera number 2. Okay. So now we know their hand is Smother, Drinker. Well, they're going to play the Drinker here. And we may, you know, we can probably let the Drinker live. If we can deal with this zombie token, we could be cooking. Ravenous Rats. Okay, that'll do it. Ravenous Rats, we'll cast it. We're going to have to block with the rats, which is not ideal, but it'll let us use the Spinning Darkness, which will kill the Drinker of Sorrow. They discard Smother, so we know Swamp. That's the only thing we know about their hand. We're going to have to pass. They're going to have to sacrifice a permanent to Drinker of Sorrows, which will unfortunately be Sarcomancy. That's not going to look super hot for us. There's the Swamp, so there's 2 mystery cards left over. Please don't be Call of the Herd. Smother my rats, okay. Go to combat and attack. Oh, they clicked through. That was stupid. Well, I'm going to do this now because they made the mistake. End step, spinning. Why can I not cast this Spinning Darkness? It's an instant. I've got 1, 2, 3. Why can't I cast Spinning Darkness? You may exile the top 3 black cards from your graveyard rather than pay its mana cost. Deals 3 damage to target non-black creature. Spinning Darkness was never an out. We're dead. I'm dead here. Concede. All right, we lose that game. Yeah, I didn't realize Spinning Darkness couldn't hit black creatures, which means it's a great sideboard out. What do we want in? Smother seems great. Engineered Plague does not. Phyrexian Negator does not seem great. Dystopia seems bad. Masticore could be quite good. I don't think it's actually that good though, right? I think we want the Curse Scroll because it only deals A damage and everything they have is an X2. Tormod's Crypt for Rancor is medium as fuck. We're not even going to try to fight that fight. Therapy. I don't think so. I think it's just Smother and Curse Scroll. What do we want to lose for Smother and Curse Scroll though? I want like all my blockers. Plague Spitter doesn't kill anything. Graveborn Muse looks like a liability to me. No, we're good. We're good. I already took out the 2 things. Do we want anything else? I don't think so. We're resubmitting. Jovar, what's up, Shroom? So much Premodern. Thank goodness. Yeah, oh, yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying, buddy. Sorry I missed that comment. This hand is another no swamp open. I'm starting to get a little bit, I'm feeling personally attacked. Take a mulligan. Swamp, Hippy, Cabal Therapy, Nantuko Shade, Ravenous Rats. I mean, we're forced to keep this. We're going to pitch the swamp. We got to get a little lucky. Mitch Quaker, I think Suey Black should be about a pig. I can't argue with that. We're going to Cabal Therapy our opponent. We're going to blind name Sarcomancy because that's the biggest upside for them right now. Sarcomancy, do we hit? No, we don't. There is a Carnophage. Oh, there's 2 Duresses. Okay. And then we will pass. So next turn, it's an easy rats plus, and it depends on, we kind of hope they Duress us because we don't have any hits. They're going to Dark Writ. Did they have that already? They can Dark Writ plus like Duress Carnophage or Dothy Slayer Carnophage. Are we equipped to handle that? Not really. We'll see what happens. All right, there goes the Dark Writ. Here comes the Carnophage. So they must be playing Dothy Slayer. It'd be weird for them to Duress. I mean, they're going to miss. Nope, they're going as fast as they can, which is completely fair. Okay, we will go to our turn. There goes the Slayer. We draw the swamp we need for the Hippy, which is nice. Tap. Let's go Ravenous Rats. You discard a card. Call of the Herd. Holy shit. Okay, we know their hand is Duress, Dark Writ. I wonder if we just need to get them on cards and like sack for the Duress anyway. It's gonna be a little bit awkward if they top deck a green source and flashback that Call of the Herd though. You know what? No, we're gonna hit their Dark Ritual. I know how weird that seems, but I think that's the play. Cabal Therapy use, sacrifice Ravenous Rats. We're gonna hit Dark Writ. I'm not super interested in getting them top decking like a Lawnmower Waste and Call of the Herding me. I think that kills us on the spot. If they cast Duress, you're happy. Yeah, exactly. I'm worried about like they Duress the first time, don't say anything, and like I'd top deck like a Phyrexian Arena or something in the mid game. But we'll get there when we get there, and I don't even know how bad that actually is for me. So yeah, we hit the Dark Writ. There's the Dark Writ. They just have 2 Duresses now. Now I say they just have 2 Duresses, but their clock is clocking. However, this Nantuko Shade has Swamp Breathing, and that can start to get in the way of the Carnophage. Now the Dothy Slayer is going to be a different brand of nightmare because we don't have shadow creatures. All right, validate me, opponent. Play your Lawnmower Waste or your Darigaz's Caldera or whatever the fuck you have. Swamp, tap, Sarcomancy. No, I already Cabal Therapy that. You're not allowed to top deck that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I take 4, go to 16. I think I value my Nantuko Shade more than my Hypnotic Specter in this spot. I might just play out Specter. Ooh, I'm going to play both things. Swamp, so we go Dark Writ, Hippy, Nantuko Shade. Or we could simply play the Nantuko Shade and like use Dark Ritual to snipe a blocker. I think we're gonna play both. Do we take 6 though? No, I'm playing both out. They have the Duresses. I don't want to get put into an awkward spot. What's going on, Ryan? RJ Brower, Hippy, and then my good buddy Nantuko Shade. All right, opponent. Now we're hanging out here. Go. Now, this is the one downside of not taking the Duresses. It's just going to take longer for my Hippy to grind any type of meaningful value. However, I think that's still okay. They've continued to miss land drops. I'd really like it if they didn't like play another Sarcomancy or Carnophage. there we go. I was gonna say only attacking with the Dalthy Slayer is 100% wrong. What kind of degenerate Premodern are you streaming today? Some mono black, aggro, mid-range. I'm not gonna block here. I will go to 10. We're just hoping to eventually find a out for the Dalthy Slayer, but I want this Hippy to start doing some work. There's a chance I was supposed to block with the Hippy, but I think I'm going to start sending it in and hold the Nantuko Shade back to take stuff out. Let me think about this actually. Right now I'm on a 5-turn clock to just the Dalthy Slayer, and there's a chance I don't draw my out to it within 5 turns. So I don't want to shorten that to 4 or 3. No, I'm actually not going to attack at all. I was definitely supposed to block last turn, but right now I'm going to hold this swamp so they can think about using a Duress, which would be a miss. And then use my Nantuko Shade as a very strong blocker and hopefully catch up a little bit by deleting both of their zombies, because they're Carnophage, they just paid a mana to leave on tap. Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Brower, appreciate that. All right, there goes the Duress. So the Hippy was free there. Now they have Duress, Mystery. They go to combat. Okay, this attack is really sus. I wouldn't have, if I were them, I would have attacked with the Dalthy Slayer and let the board state just continue like this. But they didn't do that, and I don't value this Specter anymore. So we're gonna go block, and then I'm gonna pump my Nantuko Shade out of range. Boop, boop. All right, you now have a 4-3. Card Sarcomancy. It's a weird one, Mitch. It's on the reserve list too. Okay, now they have us on a 4-turn clock. How fast is our clock? What is 6, 12, 18? I have them on a 3-turn clock. Check this shit out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Combat. 6 you go to 11, and then you go to 10 off of your own Sarcomancy. So we just need them to brick a little bit here. Gemstone Mine doesn't actually count as bricking if they have a Rancor. Don't have Rancor? Duress me, sure. If they have Rancor, their clock kills me. No! Smother off the top. You know what? I'd also take a Curse Scroll. Curse Scroll, Smother. Dark Writ doesn't quite do it because they're at 10. I need to deal 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd be a point short for Dark Ritual to be lethal. Ravenous Rats. I guess I can block. Wait, we can just block. What am I talking about? No, I can't. It has fucking Shadow. Let me see here. There is no way out of this for me. I am at 4. GG's, well played, opponent. I think I probably could have won that game if I had thought a little bit more carefully about the block with the Hypnotic Specter. All right, we're 1-1 so far. Let's get at least another game in. This deck is very enjoyable. We got a mulligan to Oblivion a little bit in our game 1 of that round, and then game 2, like, it was actually kind of close. I think a better black, like a Black Sui or Reckless Black player may have been able to leverage a win there. I think I was supposed to block with that Hippy a turn earlier than I actually did. Of course, blocking with that Hippy maybe changes the tide of combat and how they decide to attack, but I think it still may have ended up being the right play. All right, we found our opponent and we are on the play. We see, hey, have a good one. You too, buddy. We have Duress. We don't have any Dark Writ, but I think we are comfortable going like Duress, Withered Wretch, Spitter. Hopefully they're playing like goblins or something. Keep. All right, Swamp. Let's open on the Duress. All right, what the hell is this? We see Barbed Sextant. A sacrifice at 1 mana of any color, draw a card at the beginning of the next turn to upkeep. Burning Wish, Chromatic Sphere. We see Archaeological Digs. Oh my god. Wait. Is this, are we playing against Balance? Guys, I think we're playing against Balance. I think we're gonna take, I think we'll start by taking this Sphere, and then we'll, yeah, these are, the Burning Wish is the only thing that has text. I guess we don't have to Cabal Therapy right away. Also, I don't really want to Cabal Therapy next turn because I want to play my Withered Wretch. Okay, yeah, we'll take the Burning Wish. I might be overthinking. All right, we'll pass. Juice, what's up, baby? All right, so our opponent's playing Balance. Not historically a horrible matchup for our deck. And this is the Dwarven Ruin. Sacrifice, make red. Let's delete that from known information. Stasis finally came in. This deck is so gross. It is very gross. I have this Wasteland, and I could pop it right now, but I think I want to get pressure into play before I do anything like that. So let's go Swamp, tap, Withered Wretch. Everyone, Juice is here. That means deck list is in the chat. If you want to have a look at that, you're welcome to. So I think all of their lands come into play tap. They do. They just played the Ruins of Trocaire. And here's the Barbed Sextant. Okay, I could play my Plague Spitter out. I might take a break here to Duress and Wasteland. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go tap for a black, Duress opponent. What else you got in there, buddy? You hiding shit from me? All right, Barbed Sextant, Chromatic Sphere. We'll take, I think Chromatic Sphere is the better one. Yeah, well, Barbed Sextant protects them from Duresses, I guess. I guess I could just take both and Wasteland them. I don't know how, yeah, I'm just gonna take both. We'll take, I don't know how to spell Barbed Sextant, so we'll take that and then we'll take Chromatic Sphere off of the Cabal Therapy. Chromatic Sphere. All right, they've got dig and ruins left in their hand. So let's go dig ruins. Everything else is bullshit and doesn't matter. All right, then we'll go Wasteland. They've got colorless. They've got, yeah, I think we'll hit their red land, so it's harder for them to produce. You know, they need white for the balancing act. Let's Wasteland that. And then we'll go to combat and just beat for 2. Now we just want to get the job done because there is a world where they can like dig out of this in 10 turns. So we'll develop the Plague Spitter, try to make it, you know, half that many turns. Good call, head into the airport now. Yeah, you better come here. Come hang out, buddy. All right, they just go Dwarven. What is that? They play the white one, Ruins of Trocaire. So they've got Mystery to Archaeological Digs. Ooh, Curse Scroll is pretty good. Swamp Combat, attack for 2. Beat. And then I think we'll play our Plague Spitter out. Next turn, I would be completely fine drawing a land. Even if I drew a land, I could go Curse Scroll and start scrolling immediately. And that would increase the clock even more. Right now, we got a 4-turn clock. And they drew another Dwarven Rune. So they've got Dig Mystery card. We both take 1 off the Plague Spitter. We draw another Wretch. I guess I'll just dump my hand. Go to combat. Attack. Bring you to some life total. 11. Black. Withered Wretch. Please don't balancing act me. Curse Scroll. Pass. 2. Don't you balancing act me, you fucker. They might be doing it. Tinderwall, sure. Or maybe they're just playing a blocker. What's going on here? Burning Wish? No! Our opponent figured it out. So now we're going to sit and draw cards at each other. If you're wondering why I didn't hold back cards, I'm going to lose all my lands anyway. So having like Withered Wretch in my hand doesn't actually do very much. All right, balancing act happens. The Plague Splitter deals a damage to everything. All right, so they just restarted us both at 0, but they are at 10 life. So game of draw go, right? Yeah. Now the Barb Sexton's going to pick them up a card first. I draw Curse Scroll. I mean, if I draw land, we might be cooking. They don't have a land though. Do we? Hippy, okay, pass. Did you find a land? No. It's a race to see who finds land first. It was me. Swamp, tap, Curse Scroll, go. Uh-oh. Oh, they found a dig and a Chromatic Sphere, sure. All right, pass to me, untap, draw. Let's go. Tap, Dark Ritual. Oh my God. Hippy, yes, pass the turn. All right, fucker, I have the Hippy now. Don't get the point of their deck. I haven't looked at it in a while. There is a win condition to it as well. I'd need to actually look at the balancing act decks. Maybe we'll do that. But it is a deck that you can play. Let's go to combat, attack for 2. Beep, bring you to 8. Trigger the Hypnotic Specter. That's fine. Yeah, you've made a white. You lost Fire Ice, sure. We're going to pass. They're going to draw 2 now. What's that Tinker deck in Premodern? There's a couple. You got Tinker Fling, which is the Phyrexian Devourer combo deck, and Tinker Welder, which is the Stacks deck. Wow, what a discard. Fire Ice. Yeah, I know that was pretty good for us, huh? Yeah, you're thinking of Tinker Welder, Brian. Okay, blue, green, Chromatic Sphere, sure. All right, just pass to me. Great, amazing, incredible. Land? Well, go to combat. Attack for 2. Hippy triggers, they discard. Is that an Annured Brush Hopper? It is. Okay, I'm not gonna hold back. Dark Ritual, Ravenous Rats, go to Hellbent, please. Blue-black lands still perform quite well in the state of Indiana. That's amazing. Juice, you already have the dossier. But we will be playing some more blue-black lands still on the next paper stream early this coming week. And I'm excited to try that deck out. It lost to Fish, but I think the Fish deck, which we're also playing, but against different stuff, has like a really good control matchup because it just never lets them resolve big spells and like locks them out of their mana. Green, sure. Dig, sure. Tinderwall, why not? All right, they've got a blocker on the ground, which actually does give them an extra turn of breathing space. If I only had the mana. Go to combat. You don't have like reach, do you? Sacrifice this creature, it deals 2 damage to target creature it's blocking. Nah, just 2 in the air. The Fish deck is alarmingly good. I underrated it when I first started playing it. All right, opponent, you got 2 turns to figure this out. If they find Burning Wish, can they do it? Red, blue, white. No, they can't quite do it. Oh, that's a Terravore. Uh-oh. I mean, our clock's still faster. Swamp off the top, never mattered. Not quite. Go to combat, 2 in the air. That's their win condition in this deck, apparently. Terravore. Trigger Hippy. All right, opponent. Here's your one top deck to figure it out. All right, you're dead. GG. All right, going to game 2. How do we beat this stupid deck? Cabal Therapy. Is that just it? Is it like Cabal Therapy and grit my fucking teeth? Tormod's Crypt isn't the actual factual worst because it can shrink a Terravore, but I think if we start to play that game, we're in deep shit already, right? Smother for Vor. Good call. I don't think Spinning Darkness is actually that good. I guess we can take out a Tinderwall, right? How big is Tinderwall? Now I have to look. Tinderwall. Let's just add it to this Machine Head deck. It's a 0/3, so I could Spinning Darkness Tinderwall if I had to. Thanks, Mitch. I don't know how good that is. What's awful in my deck? Dark Rit, Cabal Therapy, Duress, Curse Scroll are all great. Rats, Smother's fine. Shade's good. Withered Wretch, it's a creature, right? Plague Spitter, mid, but it's actually a clock. Specter's great. Arena's great. We actually don't have very much bad stuff. I think that Spinning Darkness is like my worst card, though. What if I just did this? I could see that being like, okay, yeah, we'll submit. All right, we're on the draw for this one. We've got Therapy, Rats, Duress. We don't have a ton of pressure, but we've got 2 factories and we can strip our opponent's resources really quickly. I think we're supposed to try that. Keep. We'll open on Duress, obviously, because we're not insane. We get a Barbed Sextant, which is actually kind of good in this matchup because they can like play around Duress with it. We draw. It's a swamp. That's not great, but we'll go black, Duress, you. Wow. They have Terravor and Tinderwall. Can they play Terravor next turn? Maybe? No, this enters tapped. No, so we're gonna have to therapy, just straight up therapy the Terravor, I think. Tapped another Barbed Sextant. So we actually know their hand now. We know all 4 cards. And they top decked the target for Duress. They got so lucky there. Premodern is an MTGO. Premodern MTGO really is a wild place, kind of is, yeah. Although this is a known deck. This isn't like a random brew or anything. I cannot get Terravor. I know that for a fact. So let's go Cabal Therapy, you. Terravor, that cannot be afforded. Goodbye, Terravor. We've got Tinderwall, Dig, Ruins. Eliminate those from the equation. Let's play a Mishra's Factory and pass. I thought there was a Draco deck. There is. Yeah, Draco Blast is a big deck. A lot of people play Draco Blast. The main version you'll see is red-black. All right, there's the Dwarf. There's the Tinderwall. So we got a mystery card and a Dig. And now I can't really attack with my Mishra's Factory unless I play a Mishra's Factory. I kind of don't hate ratsing our opponent. Ooh, that is a Phyrexian Arena. Huh. I think I want to sandbag some lands too, because they're probably going to be able to resolve the balancing act this game. So let's get an Arena in play, simply pass the turn and build up resources. Crack the Sextant, sure. Continue. They're going to go up to 4 cards. The only one we know is Dig. They're almost certainly going to play it here. Now we have this weird mix where we do need to play some of our permanents into play because the balancing act also counts hand size. Ooh, that's a Wasteland. That's quite good. Okay, let's go Wasteland, crack it. Let's take out one of their 2 mana lands. This one is Tinder Farm, looks like it's the most versatile, so we'll take out that one. All right, they lose it. And then I think, do we want a Withered Wretch or do we just want a Rats? Let's Rats. All right, opponent, show me what you got. Surprised they don't sack the Sextant there to try to draw like Burning Wish, unless they already have it, in which case, womp womp. 1 Pyroclasm. Yes, you took out my Ravenous Rats, that's fine. All right, my turn. Untap, trigger the Arena, draw a card, then draw another card. What do we see? Another Rats. Not the worst. Let's go tap Factory, tap Swamp, Rats you. Trigger the Rats, you discard a card. It's a Fire Ice, okay. Let's go Swamp and just play the Wretch and pass the turn. Tap for Pyroclasm again, sure. We are constantly drawing more cards than our opponent, so I'm not sweating that yet. Did they play their Dig yet? No, I don't know anything because they don't have anything. They might be pressured into sacrificing that Sextant here. We just want to draw some gas. We're probably going to attack with Factory here. Duress doesn't do anything. Nantuko Shade kind of does. Let's play Factory. Oh crap, I was supposed to activate one first. Well, let's play the game. Activate this Factory. Hopefully this isn't the one that has Summoning Sickness. It's not. Go to combat. Attack you. No blocks. Pump it. Take 3. And then let's go black, black. Nantuko Shade, baby. I'm going to start pumping all of my resources into this Shade and just deal as much damage as I can before they balancing act us. Sacrifice the Sextant. I think you have to here, right? Continue. All right, you go up to 2 in hand. Are either of them Burning Wish or just natural balancing act would be brutal too. Just a tapped land, which would be a weird card to play if they had it. Unless they want to go back to 0 resources, that would be strange. Green, sacrifice, green, Terravor. Uh-oh. We got a little 4/4 here. Now we've got 4 Smothers in our deck and we have an active Phyrexian Arena, so I'm not panicking yet. They can make that Terravor bigger randomly. This Dark Ritual is a giant growth. Go to combat. Attack. They're blocking with Terravor. That's crazy. Activate, pump, activate, pump, activate, pump, and then tap for black, Dark Ritual. Activate, pump, activate, pump, activate, pump. Okay, there you go, buddy. Kill your Terravor. All right, pass to you. All right, now they're just naked top decking, so we just need to try to pressure them before they can do the thing. I think opponent isn't a great Magic player. You know, it could be, but we can't control the opponent quality on MTGO like we can on paper, unfortunately. Draw a card off that, then draw a card for turn, then play this Swamp, then activate one of our factories, I guess. and use the other one to pump so the Tinder Wall doesn't kill it. Go to combat, attack with all my creatures. Now, just because Balancing Act is a deck in the format does not necessarily mean it's a good deck in the format. It's a almost passable strategy, but we're going all in on our creatures that exist right now, I think. Our opponent take just so much damage. Go ahead. All right, next turn we have close to lethal. We also want them at a life total where even if they can Balancing Act us, we've got, all right, that they're very nearly dead here. On tap, lose a life, draw for turn, smother, they're dead, I think. Let's go Mishra's Factory. Really should have paid attention to which one I activated. Turn it on and then go black, colorless, smother, Tinder Wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, go to combat, attack, go to blocks, and then before damage, we'll go pump here, and then pump once, pump twice, pump thrice. And 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, we get there. That was pretty sick. That was pretty shocka. All right, deck seems sweet. We will be playing it in paper soon. I think I gotta get this video out. I gotta get some errands done. It's my Sunday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, but I do have to, we'll keep it a little hour stream for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, bummer. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.